This class is concerned with the idea of digital goods and services. Now, electronic commerce can support a lot of processes within traditional business. The purchase of goods, the checking stock, warehousing, distribution. So many traditional services can now be dealt with electronically. And there is also the development of electronic goods. These are goods which are particularly suited to delivery online, such as goods with information content, contracts, price brochures, marketing information. So there are many parts to business that constitute what we could best describe as digital goods and can be delivered quite easily within this arena. So digital goods and services are those that can be delivered using the information infrastructure. Digital goods and services are actually delivered through the internet. These are valuable goods and services. They are not the same as raw materials or pieces of machinery or components. These are goods which are suitable within a business context which contain information. So for example, solicitors or lawyers, whatever you wish to call these people, they may use the internet to transfer information, and that information is highly valuable. It could be that the music industry sell their products online. These are digital goods. People may purchase music online and pay for it in the same way as going to a shop to buy a traditional CD. It may be possible to buy a film online or buy some music. These are digital goods, goods which are particularly suitable for delivery through this medium. Now, they include all sorts of goods, and I'm going to skip through some examples here. So, for example, documents including articles and books. These are very suitable as digital goods and services. Data including statistics, reference information, dictionaries, encyclopedias. The news, it may be possible to buy specialist news related to particular industries or particular research areas. Weather forecasts may be purchased. Sound, speeches, musical performances, videos, video with sound including television, video conferencing, video clips. These are all digital goods. Interactive voice, such as telephone conversations and teleconferencing. Digital goods delivered over the digital network. Interactive video, video with sound, such as video conferencing. Images, including structured graphics such as diagrams, musical scores, photographs. Entertainment and infotainment. Infotainment is information that's presented in a light, entertaining manner, but it's information that comes across in a light manner, so it's very suitable for people to learn from it. And edutainment, very similar. Edutainment, it's a blend of two words, education and entertainment, two words going together. So students may study online in an entertaining or in a more acceptable form of study, not sitting in a classroom bored listening to someone or having to fight the traffic to get to the classroom. Edutainment. It could be used for bookings and tickets for concerts, for sporting events. Buying software, that's a digital good. Insurance. Buying insurance online, digital. Money, including foreign exchange and banking, digital, suitable for digital delivery. Securities, buying shares and selling shares, and financial derivatives such as stock-based, interest rate-based and index-based options. So all of those could be delivered digitally. Commerce in commodities derivatives such as futures, looking at the various types of product that can be traded in various markets. This leads us to the concept of market spaces. The concept of market spaces is used to distinguish the location in which electronic commerce is conducted from conventional physical space. So market spaces is where the trade takes place, and it may take place separated. It may be separated by continents, but that is the market space. Traditionally, the market space was perhaps a room or face-to-face contact between the buyer and the seller. The market space now may be separated out, maybe, as I said, different continents. It refers to a virtual context in which buyers and sellers discover one another and transact business, and they may transact the business over long distances and do so efficiently. It's a working environment that arises from the complex or the complexity of increasingly rich and mature telecommunications-based services and tools which underline the information infrastructure. So market spaces uses modern information technology and is able to communicate buyers and sellers and form markets where perhaps before the markets could not come into existence or would not have existed. Now, the categorization of market spaces. Well, a convention has arisen that analysis of market spaces into categories. It analyzes market spaces into categories depending on the nature of the buyer and of the seller. So we can classify market spaces according to what the buyers and the sellers are doing. So this section provides a taxonomy, a list if you like, or a categorization that can be used to look at market spaces and try to get some understanding of the nature of market spaces. So we have business to business. That's a market space. Business enterprising, one business enterprise selling to another. And business enterprises differ vastly in terms of their size, their capacity to invest in technology, the adaptability to new threats and opportunities. So it's advisable to distinguish the following strata of business enterprises. When we think of business to business, we can think of all the different types of business that can exist, all the different types of market situations that can exist between businesses, and also the different sizes of the business. For example, businesses may be very micro, may be very small. There could be small business enterprises. There could be medium-sized business dealing online. Or there could be large business enterprises with many employees. Or there could be indeed very large business enterprises. There could be conglomerates, i.e. large corporations with multiple relatively independent business units, but all pulling together because they're all united, because the technology enables the top management to coordinate all of the various activities within the conglomerate. And of course there could be multinational corporations working across different countries and across different continents. Again, the use of technology enables this to happen efficiently. There could also be business to business in a non-profit sense. In North America it's referred to not-for-profit, but non-profit or not-for-profit. Cooperatives, for example. People forming organizations to share resources and to support each other within communities. or it could be industry associations. There could be a business-to-business type of industry association representing business enterprises within a sector. Chambers of commerce, organising regional events and looking after regional businesses or even local businesses. The trade unions, the labour unions, who have got an interest in businesses and the welfare of their membership. Trusts that have been formed to reinvest the profits or the surpluses of the business so as to ensure the continuance of the business and employment and welfare for its employees. Charities. The function of the business is to try to generate revenue which it donates to certain causes that it deems to be worthwhile causes. And it could also be community associations, where a community comes together to form a little enterprise to try and generate a surplus to support some aspect of the local community, perhaps support playing fields for children or welfare for older members of the community or whatever. We also have business to government and government to business. Some authors identify a separate category of business to government. It's used to refer to sales by business enterprises to government. The government is a purchaser. It buys products from business. It could buy anything from medication to contracts to build roads or build offices, or it could be military expenditure, it could be any sort of expenditure. So there can be relationships between business and the government. Government to business is concerned with regulation by government of business. The government regulates the business to make sure that it's behaving ethically, behaving correctly, and that its competitive practices are fair to other businesses and to the customers, that the customers are not being exploited in any bad way by the business. So there could be a relationship of government to business. And the categorisation of market spaces, well, there are two dimensions across which government agencies commonly need to be differentiated. The function of the agency, the service delivery, it could be produced inside the business, or it could be outsourced. It could be given to some other business to deal with. And there's a regulatory and a policy issue. So the government must look at how businesses operate and ensure that the businesses are pursuing policies which are fair and reasonable to their customers and to other businesses and to the community in which they operate. The level of government to which it belongs, well, there are all sorts of layers of government that may be involved. There is the supranational. This is the agreements between countries regarding, let's say, the control or the regulation of business. For example, the European Union or the North American Free Trade Area or whatever. These are supranational, cutting across many governments who come together to form policies related to business. So that the market space operates at that level, perhaps. Or it could be national, it could be within one country, or it could be regional, or indeed it could be local. It may be that the local community have policies relating to certain businesses and try to regulate the businesses within their community to ensure that the businesses are fair and reasonable and good neighbours, that the business is not polluting the area or causing a nuisance or mistreating its employees. And business to consumer, well, It's common to refer to sale by a business enterprise to a person. So businesses, generally speaking, make products and then sell the products to customers. So there is a relationship of business to customer. The use of electronic tools to support transactions between individuals, well, these are widespread in all sorts of areas. The business could advertise its products or market its products online. It can try to contact customers and potential customers online and make them aware of their products and the prices and the quality of the products and so on. So there is certainly a business to consumer angle there, but it's also a consumer to consumer one, where individuals perhaps use the internet or use blogs to publish information about products and about businesses and about the local community. So there are customers relating to customers and passing on information and helping them make good decisions, C to C. There are some references in this context, but in this session what we tried to do is simply look at this concept of market spaces and of digital goods. Digital goods, ones suitable for delivery over the internet, music, films and so on. Market spaces, the way in which markets can be organized. Business to business, business to consumer, business to government and so on. And how and why those market spaces come into existence. But that's all I'm going to deal with in this session, so I'm going to leave it at that and say thank you for watching.